I want to know the top 8 advisors and whether they're fiduciaries. And I was surprised that of the top 8 advisors, only one was a fiduciary. Only one was a fiduciary. I couldn't believe that. Now, fiduciary is somebody that must work in your best interest or can be sued. Think about this. You go buy a car. You go to the car dealership. They ain't putting you in the car that has the best margins, the best value for you. They're putting in the car that has the highest commission, okay? They're not fiduciaries, okay? Insurance salesmen, they're not fiduciaries. They can put you in the biggest piece of junk and they can't get sued. Fiduciaries must do what's best for you. Now, it doesn't mean all fiduciaries are honest, because I know a lot of fiduciaries that are not. But I was very surprised that only UBS was a full fiduciary. Now, as full disclosure, I will tell you that I've been a fiduciary for 30 years, and I'll tell you just a quick vignette, and Joe, you know this. There used to be Edward Jones in my building, right, on the 3rd floor. And we were friends. He's no longer there. But I remember when Obama was leaving office and then Trump was coming into office, the Securities and Exchange Commission had a law they were trying to push. And the law was that every financial person, every financial salesman must be a fiduciary, must file as a fiduciary. So the Edward Jones comes walking into my office, and he goes, Dom, what are you going to do? I'm like, what are you talking about? What am I going to do about what? What are you going to do about this law that's going to pass that we have to be fiduciaries? I said, I've been a fiduciary for 30 years. I mean, what, do you sell your clients stuff that's not in their best interest? So he's freaking out. He's freaking out. Why am I bringing that up? I'm bringing that up because the two most, other than having $6 billion in cash, the two most popular investments today, private equity, and the second most, well, this was an ad I pulled off the internet. 19% a year. I've actually had a client I've known for years. He bought a little bit of private equity. This was 2-3 years ago. And then he called me up about a year ago, goes, Dom, why would I have money with you when I could make 19% a year with no risk? I started laughing. I said, no risk? I said, where'd you come up with that? Well, here's what's really interesting. That and annuities hit record sales. $310 billion are into annuities. And why? Because they're selling market returns without risk. Now, who in here doesn't want market returns without risk? Can you raise your hand if you don't want market returns without risk? So, of course, there's $310 billion going into annuities. Okay, so anyway, I like this quote by Stephen Hawking. Ignorance is not the absence of knowledge. It's the illusion of knowledge. I was teaching a class, and one of my students I was teaching a class, and he was disagreeing with me. And I said, son, ignorance is not the absence of knowledge, it's the illusion of knowledge. And he goes, I think I've been insulted. I think, yeah, pretty much. So anyway.